Nairobi, the president acknowledged that while the rains have brought blessings to the country, they have also resulted in challenges with flooding in various regions. He emphasized the importance of a multi-agency team taking proactive measures to address this issue through interventions. Let's take a look.
I already told the National Youth Service to provide some land for us to relocate some of the people who are in the most dangerous parts of Nairobi. I had a conversation with Governor yesterday. I had a conversation with the DG of NIS. I had a conversation with the Ministry of ASAL and the CS Malonza. And so I think in that context, what are the flashpoints and how do we ahead of time deal with those flashpoints? How do we mobilize members of the national government administration to support all this effort? Interior should be at the center of it. And then I also asked the military, and I'm happy the Minister for Defense is here, to provide some of the capabilities they have to support citizens. I was very happy yesterday they worked with our teams in different parts of the country, including Machakos and other areas. So I think we just need to put everybody on the alert so that we can overcome this short season. I think they're saying in the next 3 or so days, as we also encourage the farmers and others to continue with what they have to do.
Azimio leader Raila Odinga has appealed to the government to officially recognize floods as a national disaster. He has called for immediate emergency aid to be provided to those impacted by the floods and emphasized the necessity of finding a lasting solution to prevent future calamities. Additionally, Odinga has expressed his condolences to the families who have suffered the loss of their loved ones as a result of the ongoing flooding.
Fellow Kenyans and Nairobi residents, it is now clear that we are in the trust of a national flooding disaster, especially within Nairobi City County. Relentless rains currently pounding the nation have caused severe damage, including loss of lives, destruction to infrastructure, and overwhelmed the city's poorly managed drainage system. I have held a consultative meeting with the political leadership of Nairobi, including members of the National Assembly and the Senator, with the aim of getting a clear picture, shining sharp focus on the suffering of residents, as well as mobilizing urgent support for mitigation measures. We hasten to add that all such mitigation measures are emergency ones, but the conversation must later move to long-term actions to safeguard the lives and property of the city's residents. Allow us first to send a message of condolences to the families and friends of those who have lost their lives following the floods, as well as a message of goodwill to those who have suffered losses in whatever form.
More than 7 families have been displaced after a water reservoir filled up and broke its banks in Limuru, Kiambu County. According to the Minister of Water and Environment in Kiambu County, David Kuria, the houses were built on waterways and thus should be relocated, urging fast evacuation to counter possible disaster.
In terms of the law, those people who are in waterways, they must move away. They must vacate that land, and we have agreed with the WRA that we have to start replanting those areas with water-friendly trees like baboon. There are other indigenous trees. This is a unique situation.
It's a disaster in waiting. In this area there are more than 10 families, parents, mothers and fathers, but we want to thank the county government of Kiambu because they have come very fast, and together with the people you see here, we've tried and evacuated the people who are around the houses. And we urge them not to go back to those houses until this water is cleared and those houses are declared habitable for living.
Makosa yote ambayo tunaona mahali hapa kwa sababu mvua inanyesanga kila wakati. Hii ni njia ya maji tangu mwanzo. Wasasi wetu wamekuta maji kipitia mahali hapa. Lakini imefika mahali ya kwamba kwa sababu ya ufisadi watu wametumia njia ya maji kama ardhi ya kuusewa watu ili wafanye investment wajenge manyumba yao katika njia ya maji. Inahatarisha maisha ya wale ambao wanaishi mahali pale. Kwa hivyo ningeomba kwamba kaunti ya Kiambu.
Sergeant Clifford Omondi, who perished alongside General Francis Ogola and 9 other military officers in a chopper crash last week, will be buried on the 3rd of May 2024. According to the family spokesman, Dominic Oyugi, the burial expenses will be fully supported by the state, given that it was still a lower rank compared to General Ogola, whose burial was a state function.
Who passed on in the KDF chopper crash. We are planning to bury Cliffons on 3rd of May 2024. So far, the family is trying to do the preparations for the burial. We have our brothers and relatives of Cliffons in Nairobi that visits KDF offices. So there are people, our people in Nairobi do that, but not us directly. But they tell us the communication between the employer and the family members who are based in Nairobi.
Oh, if I can talk just a little about Cliffons. He was young, but very bright. And at his age, he had even taken some children, rather, to school. He has left around four pupils at school. And due to the smallness of this home, we are planning to bury him on the same date as he has said, on 3rd. We really thank the government and our able chief Oluendo, who has been with us every day and assisting us in the arrangements.
Serikali wafanye vile walisema, tujue chanzo cha hii mkasa ili moyo yetu itulie. Huyu ndugu yangu bado mdogo, lakini alikuwa na moyo ya kusaidia. Hata sasa hii kuna watoto amepeleka shule, amechukua gharama yao.
Leaf was a good boy. He was very polite, and in fact he died when we.
Moving on, the ODM party elected leaders in Kajiado County have called for peaceful and consensus-driven elections come 29th of this month. Kajiado Governor Joseph Olelenku asked the county residents to take advantage of the chance and enroll as members during the grassroots registration phase.
Of the default government in identifying developmental opportunities, devolving interventions that solve the challenges and catalyses the development cannot be overemphasized. In addition, the role of the national government in opening up markets for access to food, feeds, and industrial inputs, as well as the produce of the devolved units, remains critical. The theme of the conference in the context to Kenyan perspective, which you have...
I do apologize for the details on that particular story. Let's move on then. Uber Eats has expanded its services to Kisumu, making it the 6th urban center in Kenya, where it operates alongside Nairobi, Mombasa, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Naivasha. This expansion aims to offer city dwellers a wide range of choices for food, groceries, and retail items with just a tap on their phones. Uber Eats Kenya's general manager, Kui Mbugwa, highlighted the company's commitment to improving delivery services and boosting the local economy by partnering with restaurants and retailers in the counties.
So Uber Eats is an app or a consumer app that helps consumers or customers get anything that they would like at the touch of a button. Through the Uber Eats app, consumers can access a wide variety of things, everything from food to non-food items. And by non-food, I mean retail, pharmacy, liquor, grocery items. And we aim to do that conveniently and quickly. We're here to announce the launch of Kisumu City, or our expansion as Uber Eats into Kisumu City, which we are very excited about. As one of Kenya's largest and most significant cities, Kisumu presents a really good opportunity for economic growth across the country.
Hospitality sector is growing at around 5% a year. And we know that that's not even scratching the surface, just given the beauty and the potential that this country has. Right? Backed by a growing middle class, increasing incomes, this is a key opportunity for us to look and make sense of it and really, really, really pluck the opportunities from the trees or where they live.
It is coming at a time when we are also aggressively marketing our county, Kisumu. We are aggressive.
Local government representatives from a 6 African Community EAC partner states have urged the EAC to enhance their planning and implementation procedures by engaging local governments, thus ensuring a more impactful integration process. Speaking at a conference held at the Kenya School of Government, Honorable Penina Malonza emphasized the interconnectedness of devolution and integration, noting that the shared goal of empowering communities at the grassroots level is important for Kenya's development.
The critical role of the devolved government in identifying developmental opportunities, devolving interventions that solve the challenges and catalyses the development cannot be overemphasized. In addition, the role of the national government in opening up markets for access to food, feeds and industrial inputs, as well as the produce of the devolved units, remains critical. The theme of the conference in the context to Kenyan perspective, which you have dubbed as strengthening national local cooperation and coordination to deepen the devolution agenda in national and the East Africa regional integration agenda.
The workshop provided a valuable opportunity to reflect on the critical role local governments play in driving sustainable development and fostering good governance across our region. I therefore commend the organizers of the workshop, as it was a collective effort of county governments and local governments in the region through their umbrella associations in the true spirit of East African Brotherhood. During the last 3 days, we have had the opportunity to learn the various forms of decentralization and devolution in the region. I believe that the experiences and knowledge shared will go a long way in building our capacities in local governance to enhance realization of the East African Community integration agenda.
Top trend this hour is Nairobi floods as Nairobians and Kenyans across the country express their feelings and sentiments about the country's preparedness for the current flooding situation in the country. Majority of these trends, including the flooding situation in the country, is going to make the back end of our stories at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. on our subsequent bulletins. We are online at Lookuptv across all your social media platforms. My name is Simba Elijah Charles. This is your trending news.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints